Welcome everybody. In this video, we will see how to design this OTP page. So you can see this design is same as we saw, like we see in the Flipkart website. So if you open it here, so you can see the same model, but I have designed. But the purpose was to design this uh, what we call this OTP page, right? So if you like enter one number, the first number, it will automatically autofocus on the next tab, right? So that's and the next thing that I want to like explain is the when you want to delete some number, like if you have put uh, some number wrong, then you can enter backspace and it will delete that number and also move it back to the previous tab, right? You can see. So that's the purpose, that's the motto of this video. So you can see the same design that I have created. Let me refresh it once, and if you click on it, can see the model that you see seeing on the original uh, Flipkart website, right? If you click on login, it will show the model. You can enter the mobile number or email, then password, and when you click on the OTP page, it will show the OTP page. Like if you click on the OTP button, let me what we can say. Let me enter my number and enter the password, and once you click on OTP page, it will be like everything will be same. The first column will be same, but this page, the second column will change to like replaced by this OTP page, right? The first page was to enter the mobile number and password, and there was one login button, and the next one was an OTP uh, request. So that was the first, and once I clicked on the OTP button, the whole thing is replaced by uh, this OTP page, right? So it's the same functionality I have created in uh, my project. You can see once you log in, it will show you the same nav bar from the Flipkart. So I have designed, and once you click on login button, it will show the model, right? And you can see the same thing, same column is uh, like in the Flipkart, and now you can put your what we can say your detail here, right? So, and enter the password. So I have not added any validation here, so I have just uh, created for demo purpose. You can add validation to this form, right? And once you click on this OTP or request OTP page, it will be on this page, right? So that's the uh, thing that I wanted to explain. So let's begin with the source code, like how I created everything. So you can see, let me come it again by opening my live server, and you can see I am on the uh, home page. You can see the navbar is responsive. You can see there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 tabs, and once you decrease the size, it will be uh, responsive. Like there are some tab will be unvisual. So this is responsive, but the main thing that I want to explain is once you click on it, it will show the model. So let's see the navbar first, and then we will jump on the model and the OTP page, right? So let's see. So this is the home HTML index page, right? And this page, this folder is for all my CSS. This folder script is for my all JS file, and this component I have created it for navbar, but I have not added it here, so I can delete it from here, right? So these are the three uh, modules that I have created here. You can see this one is for font awesome icons. I have added it. This is the Google font source code, like script. uh, I've used the Google font in my uh, project, and this is the style, right? CSS, and this is the JavaScript. You can see. Now let's see the navbar first. So you can see this is the design that I've created for navbar. This till very okay. So this all are navbar. So this all thing is inside the navbar. This is the container. The logo, you can see this is the logo. Actually the logo will come till this point, you can see, right? This logo you can see here is from this part, and this search bar you can see I have added it for any searching purpose. And the login button you can see right here, this is the login, the seller, the some more tabs, right? So this is the navbar, you can see. And there are certain styles that I have added here for the navbar. You can see here the logo, the divs, the logo container, the images, all the are the basic thing that I have added to make it look like Flipkart, right? Uh, right, the style for search bar, nav links, these are the links, right? And there are some responsiveness that I have added. Uh, Media query, you can see, for larger screen, for medium screen, for the small screen, right? So this is the these all are for the navbar design, right? I will add the source. I will add the GitHub repo link in the description. Like if you can go and check out how I did, how what are the things that I have added to achieve this functionality, right? I cannot go each line and explain, right? So you can go to my GitHub repository, and you can check it out there, right? So let's go to the next thing. So the next thing is the model. So how I created this. If you have uh, seen my previous video, I created one model uh, with this dialogue element, right? So this is how we create. Uh, you can see this dialogue is the outer body, and there are two columns. The first column is this, and the second column is this. But you can, as you saw in the Flipkart website, uh, the first it that was showing the form, right? And once I clicked on the OTP, the whole form is replaced by OTP. So the you can like uh, see there is the first column was static, that is not changing anyway. The only the second column was changing. So what I did is where so you can see, okay, so this this much this much is the uh, first column. You can see this is the column 1 and this is the column 1. So column 1 is hard coded because there is nothing changing after anything, any button is clicked, right? Only the second column is changing. So what I did, everything, every code I have added through JavaScript for this second column, right? So for the second column, I have added it through JavaScript because you will need to add some logic, some if else condition, like if button is clicked, then show this page. If button is not clicked, then show a form page. So that's because I have added through JavaScript, and you cannot add any if else condition, any logic to HTML file, right? So that's the reason. Let's see. Uh, let's see the JavaScript file. Let me. Okay, you can leave it here. So you can see these are the code, but I will explain it each one. So you can see I have I got the access of model, the outer body of this model, right? The login button you can see here, the close button, you can see the cut button on the top right, and these are the functions, these are the add event listener to show the model, right? On the login, once I clicked on this login button on the navbar, I've added event listener, and then I ordered the model to show it, right, through JavaScript. And if you close the if you click close on the if you click on the close button on the corner, I call the model to close it, right? So that's the model thing. And let's see how I rendered the column 2. So by default, you can see once you come on to the website and uh, click on this login from navbar, the by default the second column is showing the form, right? So what I did is I came here, I uh, got the access of the column 2 by selecting it through query selector, right? You can see it here. So I got the access of this div, right? Let me go to that again. And then what I did, I add the inner HTML, everything by default. You can see the email, mobile text, the password input, uh, paragraph by continuing this text, the login button, right? So the login button, the OTP request, everything I added by default. And this is how we can add HTML through JavaScript. You can see by using this inner HTML, uh, what we can say, function. So and all the style is in the model.css. You can see here. So everything is in here. So what you can do, you can go to the repository and see how I did, because if I start explaining the CSS, the video will be very long, all about 1 hour. So what I don't want to do that. So let's see only the logic part. So by default, I have added the form. You can see right here. Now what I did, I got the access of this button, OTP button, by using query selector, right? And what I did, when it is clicked, like when OTP is clicked, so what I did, I, where is that? So what, when this button, OTP button is clicked, when I have added event listener click, and I got the access of email input and the password input. And what I am checking, if these, or if these two input are not empty, you can see, if not empty, if email is not empty or password is not empty, then what I did, I replace the column 2 content with the OTP. Let me add it something. And once I clicked, I go, like I replaced the column 2. You can see here, column 2, by default I have added this these elements, right? But uh, when the OTP button is clicked, so I replace the content with this OTP content. You can see here, please enter the OTP input. You can see these are the input tag. There will be 6 input tag, right? You can see there are 6, and there are one verify button, right? So just I replaced the content of the column 2 once the OTP button is clicked, right? Now let's see the last thing, how I change this, uh, how I add the functionality to move the autofocus, right? Let's see. So if you see one of the input, I, what I have did, I added on click on input, right? And on key press, max lens. So you know, on OTP page you can only enter only one number, right? So this is what this attribute is doing. And on input, what I did, I did uh, digit validation. So if you click on, if you enter anything in the OTP input, then we will first validate that the number or the text that you entered is a number or not. So this is what this uh, on input uh, attribute is doing. You can see digit validation is the function, and we are just checking it is a number or not. You can see this is the way we check, right? Now the next and the last will be how I changing tab. So on key press, when you clicked on anything and you just uh, uplift your finger, then we are again changing the tab by making a function tab change. And you can see I've added a number 1 2 3 4 like this, right? And what I am doing here, you can see I am taking the number 1 2 3 4, and what I am doing, I am, let me see. So first I am taking all the input, all the 6 input, you can see here, all the 6 input field by using query selector all. So this will be array, right? And if you can see, let's say number is 1. Let's say the first, let me first delete the number from others. So let me enter 2, right? So let's take the first input. So tab change, and I am giving a number 1. So what it is doing, it is checking if the array 1 minus 1 is 0. If array of 0, that means the uh, you can what I can do, let's give it something like this so that you can see, can visualize input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4, 5, input 6. So this way you can understand it better. Let me open it again, enter something, enter it here as well, and request. So now you can see, let's see the first thing. So what we are getting from this line is I am getting the access of all the 6 tab from this OTP page. You can see in the form of array, right? So if you click on first, so what I am doing, for each of the input I am giving, I am sending a argument number 1. If you click on the first input, I am sending 1. If you click on second, you will send 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then 6. So what this is doing, uh, by this if else condition, we are checking if this array uh, value, you can see, if I clicked on the first input, this will return 1, and here 1 minus 1 will be 0. 0 dot value is not empty. So what I am doing, if this first input, if the first element of this array is not empty, then we are just uh, changing the focus to the next tab, right? So the value is 1, so it will focused on the input 2, right? You can see the value that val is returning is 1. So here it will be 1 minus 1 will be 0. That means this element and this element dot value not empty. That means I have added something here. So this is not empty, then focus on the element out here 1. The element 1 will be this input, the second input. Then it will start the autofocus on the second. Let's take the another value. Where is, let's say that the second input. So we are here. If I let's see. So we are sending number 2. So what it will do here? This will be 2, right? And in this condition, what we are doing, if 2 minus 1, that means 2 minus 1 will be this. The second input is not empty. If not empty, if you added, if you entered something, then focused on the element, this will be 2. The element 2 will be the third input here. So that's how we are changing the focus to the next tab, right? And this is the condition for if you delete something here.